Ready to be misinformed.
On a Monday. Hi everyone, my name's Gabi.
I'm Charlotte.
And every Monday after our typical 2 p.m. live stream car walkthrough, Charlotte and I, we get together and we spread misinformation. But we also answer some questions considering this is a live Q&A.
Yes, definitely. So if you guys have any questions in regards to the Kia and Hyundai product, just what's going on, or even general automotive questions, we are very happy to help you out with them and also just have some fun talking with you guys.
Eduardo asked, what's your best or worst moments from last year's LA Auto Show? I feel like best and also maybe worst might have been when we took the robo-taxi.
Oh, yeah. So we did a video on that.
Yeah.
So if you haven't checked it out, go and watch that video. It was just kind of like a general video, but it's chaos. But
that didn't really have anything to do with the auto show, I guess.
No.
But I feel like nothing really bad notably happened at the auto show.
Nothing bad happened.
Nothing notably crazy good either.
No, it was a long day of filming. That was probably one of our longest days of filming.
I'm trying to remember.
I think we started at like 8 and we maybe 8:30 went till 5:30.
I don't really remember the show, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I remember we got, oh my goodness, I got the best taco after the show. I remember that. The mahi-mahi one.
Oh,
the
yeah.
fried fish.
I got that one too.
Yeah, that one was so good.
Yeah.
I don't usually often get like fried things that's gluten-free and so good.
That was good. Did the straight I'm not gonna, no, they did not hit on us, but we did get to see them there and say hi,
they're super
really
nice and they have an awesome channel.
Yeah. Worst track experience, probably when Ryan, I don't think I've ever had a bad track experience. The worst would probably have to do with my own problem, and that was, I think, the first time I ever drove a cool car on the track. It was a very, very hot, very sunny day, and the top I wore had a lot of just had a weird neckline, like a lot of cut pieces and whatnot.
Oh.
So I had the gnarliest sunburn, and it was just the most weird pattern ever on my chest. It was just so odd. But that was my own doing, nothing to do with the track or the day, really. We got asked, where did it go?
Has there been any new news regarding the EV5 in Canada as well as the EV3? No, nothing that I've heard. Nothing new in terms of timeline of production. It's pretty much been whatever we've already said. So as far as new developments, no. But I'm hoping that we'll be able to find out some more information kind of mid-September. I believe that's when the National Dealers meeting is. So generally we're able to get some inside scoops there.
Gabi, is that one of Char's skirts that you've borrowed? So at the end of the previous live stream today, I saw your comment and I said that to Charlotte. I was like, it looks like
it. Does look like something. Yeah, it does.
I actually said to Charlotte today, I need to start buying more skirts because this is so comfy.
I know.
This is really nice.
So for reference, it is about 33 degrees Celsius here in Southern Ontario.
And humid.
And it feels like 45 degrees.
Yeah.
So it is hot.
Very hot. I got a gnarly sunburn yesterday. I can't even lift my leg high enough, but I'm burnt.
Gabi's a little red today.
Yeah.
She's a little crispy.
It's not really showing on camera, thank goodness.
No, it shows in person.
Yeah. Whoops. Got in late. What's happening? Q&A. Whatever you want to happen.
Yeah,
make
what
it
are
happen.
your questions, Tank?
Any idea when K4 hatch deliveries will begin? Later this year.
Yeah, I think from what we've heard is they've said it's going to mimic the timeline that we saw for the K4 sedan, which we saw units arriving in October. But have we been given a specific month? No.
But you guys know, as soon as we get one, we will film it.
As soon as we know anything about it, the official trims, the official specs, the official pricing, we're going to have it out there.
Lobster equals Gabi. Yep. Are Kias ever going to morph into Chia pets one day?
Hope so.
AB Pakdeep asked earlier, Gabi, how do you explain Kia's interior as feeling more premium than some new BMWs? Let me tell you about this because they actually have a lot to say. So you guys know, obviously I'm in and around a lot of new Kia and Hyundai product. But we also have a new BMW in my household. Not my choice, not my doing.
Not my choice.
Not my choice. My boyfriend drives a 2024 M2. So their performance, I was supposed to say sedan, performance coupe, super cool car, mechanically or just performance-wise, it's awesome. However, the comfort and controls in that car, absolute nightmare. If you want to turn on your heated seats, Oh my gosh. Go through a menu and then you got to turn your fan on. If it's a nightmare. I do one day want to bring that car in to film on a Fun Car Friday, and I think most of the video will just be me complaining about the climate controls in that vehicle. Everything else is great. It truly is a cool car. But just the layout of the vehicles are so interesting. You would expect, yes, it's a performance vehicle from a luxury car manufacturer, but you would expect a little bit more for your buck. You know what I mean? So anyway, back to other questions. I don't know why I put this back. I always do this. Also, don't even get me started on the cup holders in that car. Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
Henry always asks good questions. How will Kia and Hyundai further solidify their position in the EV market by 2026? Will we see more mass market EVs from them, particularly in segments like compact SUVs or even hatchbacks? Yes and yes. So, of course, a lot of the ones that have been recently unveiled, EV3, EV4, and EV5, are all going to kind of fit into that criteria. And they're going to be designed to more so be on the 400-volt architecture, meaning they're going to be more affordable and ultimately more accessible for, the everyday Canadian public. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they definitely are working away at that, and they are fantastic industry leaders when it comes to their EV rollout. A part of that also has to do with the platform that they have, that it is so adaptable that they're. This is not confirmed. This is simply hypothetical from me, but it allows them to bring to market EVs a lot sooner because it's so adaptable.
Sorento hybrid versus plug-in hybrid. Which one is better for coming from owning a Sportage hybrid? Does a PHEV give more gas mileage? So a PHEV is probably the better choice if you are someone who is going to plug it in daily. So whether that be at your workplace or even at home in your garage, then you can really reap the benefits of a plug-in hybrid. However, if you live in an apartment building where you cannot plug in your vehicle and maybe your workplace doesn't have a plug either, it's probably not going to be worth it to get a plug-in hybrid. The real benefit of a PHEV is the rated range of all-electric driving. So without that, it's literally just a hybrid that's actually heavier, so it will consume a bit more fuel in regular day-to-day driving. So if that's your case, you might as well get the regular Sorento hybrid. It'll also be more cost-effective. Just the MSRP is less expensive on the hybrid. But again, if you are plugging it in, you can reap the benefits of it, then maybe get the PHEV.
There you go. There you go.
But feature for feature, whatever you can get in the regular hybrid, you can also get in the plug-in hybrid. So there's no real, but this one has, the heated seats. No, both of them get the same options as each other.
BW said, how much longer for EV5? My wallet is ready. Earliest we'd be seeing it, we've been told, is potentially December before Christmas. Realistically, probably January.
Sonata or K4? I'd have to pick Sonata simply because we don't get the K4 anymore. Oh, sorry, no, oh my gosh. And I always mix up K4 and K5.
It's understandable.
You guys, I know the difference. Yeah. You just really need to stop naming everything the same thing with different letters. But I would say K4 just because I feel like you get a lot.
You get a lot of value.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the performance, yes, the Sonata N line will overpower it in terms of powertrain, but I just feel like
depends on which models you're comparing to.
Yeah, if I'm getting
yeah.
If I was doing the GT line Turbo Limited on the K4 versus the N line Sonata, obviously the Sonata is going to be the quicker, more fun car, but I do think I'm going to have a much better day-to-day driving experience in the K4 simply because it's got all my favorite tech, all my favorite functions, and some more comfort controls too. Why am I not seeing more Santa Cruz on the road? Problems or tariffs, maybe? So the Santa Cruz was never a volume seller for us. It's not one of those cars that just we get a ton of and they all fly off the shelf immediately. It's always been a little bit more of one of our niche cars, and a lot of people seem to forget about it, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
More people are buying the Tucson than they are buying the Santa Cruz.
I will say, so far our vehicles have arrived tariff-free, though.
Yeah.
So, for the stock that we do have.
Do you have a timeline for Sportage 2026 hybrid and plug-in hybrids? We're going to be looking at very, very late this year, but most likely early next year.
Yeah? Confirmed? Okay. I didn't get that tidbit yet.
Okay. Not confirmed, but confident.
I love that.
Hate the acceleration on my Sportage. I got beat by a 2014 Mazda on the stoplights. What kind of Mazda?
I was going to say, because if If it's a Miata, those things are either 100 horse or they are 1,000 horse.
Or they're LS swapped, yeah. I noticed a big difference in the IVT compared to the CVT. I'm just starting to get used to shifting it manually. It's very short shifts. So yes, the IVT versus CVT. CVTs, especially the older ones, they feel like they're constantly trying to change gears. It's like it's so much droning. It's and then it does its gear shift. IVTs, they're a lot more realistic to a regular transmission. They are also mechanically different. A lot of people think IVT is just a marketing gimmick. They just gave it a different name, so it's a different thing. But no, they are mechanically different. So they feel less rubber-like because we actually have chains in that car. All right.
Are Kia cars being hit by tariffs in Canada right now? My Korean friends thought my fully loaded Sportage was very expensive compared to Korean price. So when you, if you're comparing the straight prices with the straight exchange rate, it's always going to be a little bit different. It seems more dramatic than it really is. A lot of our vehicles are unaffected by tariffs because so many of them are made in Korea itself and then are, of course, sent here. And that's going to be the bulk of it. Really the only cars that aren't are EV6, Telluride, and gas Sorento. Everything else is pretty much manufactured in Korea. There is also the possibility of shifting production from the US of the EV6 back to Korea and then bringing it back here. Or in Mexico too, our vehicles are made in Mexico. But so far, Kia in Canada has been able to remain pretty competitive. There's manufacturers like the big three that are struggling a lot harder than we are. And no, I think that this actually could end up being good and we could see an increase in market share.
Adele said, who's going to Import Fest July 12th?
Oh, I'm at that point where I got to start staying home more in case I have this baby.
She's going to have a baby. I will be at the Ghost Automotive booth if you guys
there you go.
want to buy an air freshener. Or inquire about wrapping your car. Let's see. Any news on the K4 hatch launch? So we did answer this earlier on in the video. No official news. However, we're probably going to see it later on this year. If we're very lucky, maybe late fall. But kept getting asked to do a video on driving the cars. We have done quite a few car test drives on this channel. You might have to search back a little bit. We haven't done any recently. It was our goal to, but the weather.
So, okay. I don't know if this is real Tim or if this is fake Tim. Yeah, is the thing.
There was a fake Tim a while ago.
We're subscribed to him.
Yeah.
I found that the other day. It's like, oh my goodness. So test drive videos. We definitely want to do test drive videos. My problem is that I have been told that I am at the point where I really need to start taking it easy. So being outside, moving around a lot and doing a lot of shooting, especially in really harsh conditions, it's been advised against for me, so it makes it a little bit difficult, but
you're saying I have to do it?
Yeah, Gabby's got to do it all, and I'm going to sit in the air conditioning. But we are working on getting it. It's just hard to not shoot. It's hard to do it with just one person,
I feel like the last weeks have either been extremely hot or extremely hot, but also raining all day.
Torrential rain. Torrential rain. Oh my goodness gracious.
You should make Tim, the real Tim, a mod on the channel. I don't think he would know how.
No, we love you, Tim. Real Tim. Tim, we wanted to come and work from your pool today.
Yeah. What about PHEVs? Are the electric batteries reliable in the long run? So yeah, Kia and Hyundai actually aren't new to PHEVs. Our first plug-in hybrid, I believe, was the Kia Optima plug-in hybrid. Sorry. We also had the Kia Niro for quite a while too, and we have a ton of those still on the road today. More Niros than Optimas. The Optimas were there was less produced, so it's pretty rare to see them. But even regardless of Kia Canada, when I was in Iceland, I was amazed at how many Optima sport wagons I saw, so hatchbacks, that were plug-in hybrids, and they're all over the place over there. Mind you, gas is really expensive there, so I understand why there's so many green vehicles. But yeah, it's not exactly new technology, and our vehicles have been held up great.
Is Seltos 26 IVT only? Any non-CVT IVT models? No, so the ones with the 2-liter are going to be IVT. The ones with the turbo are 6-speed automatic. So 2 trims that have the option for a 6-speed automatic.
OKC. Yeah, I watched that game yesterday. Probably the first sports game I actually watched in my life.
My goodness, Gabby comes to today. She goes, "Did you watch the game yesterday?"
I was just trying to make workplace small talk. How about them Lakers?
I'm like what game? Like basketball? No, did you?
It was a big one.
I was like, Gabby, you've never once asked me this.
Any sport-related question in my life, yeah. All I know is someone who's from my hometown won MVP. SGA.
Let's go Canada. Ian says, when is the Celtos going to get a hybrid? So largely speculated that we will see a refresh or a redesign, my apologies, launched in the first quarter of 2026. It's not going to be a 2026 model. That's behind us. It's literally the exact same thing. And yeah, so that'll be like a full refresh and then hybrid powertrain.
Will Canada ever get the K8? Likely not. We did have the K900. Our dealership never got one.
No, I think I've seen one.
Here?
I don't think we had it in stock. Maybe it came for service, but I've
Maybe.
seen one in my life.
Yeah. V8.
Yeah, it was hot.
Luxury sedan.
I remember doing the Kia University on that, and they're like, this is the most...
This is not relevant.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why the 1.6 liter gets knocked for power. I find it's quite adequate, maybe a bit sluggish at high speeds, but stop and go, no problem. Okay, I had this conversation with my customer that just traded in his Celtos SX for another Celtos SX, and he's had no problem with it. He's driven to Florida. It's not a sluggish powertrain at all. I kept seeing comments like that in our recent Celtos review, and I just said, guys, are we talking about the same car? Seriously, with people in it by yourself, it does not feel sluggish at all. It's also a compact SUV, not a performance SUV. So of course it's not going to have crazy 0 to 100 times. But I don't know what you guys are doing with your vehicles, but it's obviously not the speed limit.
Who's tracking who's tracking their Kia Seltos?
Exactly.
Can I watch?
No, it is more than adequate. And if it ever feels too sluggish for you, maybe try sport mode. Sport mode does actually change the way the powertrain feels. So yes, it doesn't add horsepower, but if you feel like it's just kind of lugging, that might be a little bit better or more what you're after, but it's not sluggish at all. Unless you're loading that thing like to the brim full of bricks. I don't know. I don't know what you guys are doing with your cars. Other than that, do you think we should end off today's Misinformation Monday?
Probably. Hit around the, oh, there's the timer.
Yeah.
There it is. Okay.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. We do this every single Monday after our live stream video if you want to catch our next one. I think this is also the last Friday of the month, this coming Friday. So there'll be another Q&A.
There you go. Stay tuned. Wow.
All right, take care, you guys. Brush your hair.
Smooches.
Bye.
Bye.